This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Donald Trump's projection is a thing to behold. He is like the walking, talking, slurring embodiment of I know you are, but what am I? He's dumb, so he accuses everyone of being daft. He's freakish looking, so he criticizes people's looks, even beauty pageant contestants. He's a world record liar, so he demonizes the constitutionally protected free press as fake. He's criminally corrupt, so of course he points the finger at his political opponents, calling them, without evidence, crooked. He's a human graveyard where irony has been sent to die. And this latest case is no less obvious and wretched than any of the others we've witnessed over the course of his entire miserable public life. Only now he actually, and quite frighteningly, has very real power to endanger the lives of every single living person you know and love. Well, in today's seemingly never-ending installment of the ongoing series called There's a Tweet or a Quote or a Video for Everything, we are talking about Donald Trump's statements involving war with Iran, which is now a very real thing. 2 days ago, not really on the radar. Today, though, American troops and military units are being moved in a strategic effort to place them with more expeditious access to the action. And why? Well, let's watch, briefly, because I know the very specter of Trump is vomit-inducing for many of you. But let's watch briefly Donald Trump in November of 2011 playing his hand at Carnival Psychic, making wild and stupid predictions / accusations against Barack Obama about war with Iran that were sure to never come to pass.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. So the only way he figures that he's going to get reelected, and as sure as you're sitting there, is to start a war with Iran.
And that most certainly wasn't a one-off. Let's go to the tweets. Later in November of 2011, Donald Trump tweeted this ominous foreshadowing little number, which did two things. One, it proved what a worthless prognosticator he is, because Obama never started a war with Iran. And two, it shows us where his head is. He is projecting. In October of 2012, he used his deep understanding of foreign policy and international relations to make the prediction that Obama would strike Iran because of a dip in public opinion polls. Sound familiar to any particular present-day headlines? Come on. Only days later, Trump was warning Republicans like a harbinger of future catastrophe at the hands of Barack Obama, warning of war with Iran being waged in order that he be reelected. And then, of course, like a doomsday preacher who has to keep pushing back his prophecy of the end of the world time after time because he's a liar and a grifter, in November of 2013, Donald Trump tweeted, "Remember that I predicted a long time ago that President Obama will attack Iran because of his inability to negotiate properly, not skilled." So, for those of you who are just waking up from a coma or who just don't remember whether or not President Barack Obama started a war with Iran, he didn't. At all. Even a little one. No war. What he did do was negotiate a historic deal with Iran called the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or the JCPOA, which wasn't a simple unilateral agreement between us and them. There were 6 major world powers involved in crafting the agreement and enforcing it: the United States, the UK, France, China, Russia, and Germany. It took over 2 years of negotiating to come to an agreement which would greatly restrict Iran's ability to develop nuclear weapons and nuclear weapons technology, in exchange for lifting some economic sanctions against the country. As part of the deal, Iran agreed to reduce its number of centrifuges by 2/3. It also agreed to reduce its stockpile of enriched uranium by 98% and to limit uranium enrichment to 3.67%, which ultimately means that they agreed to restrictions which would allow them to have enough enriched uranium to maintain the country's energy needs, but not enough to have the ability to build a nuclear bomb. And on top of this, Iran agreed to give international nuclear inspectors from the IAEA, or the International Atomic Energy Agency, access to all of their facilities, nuclear and otherwise. And the IAEA, as well as all the other nations involved, found that Iran was in compliance with both the spirit and the letter of the agreement. Even our Pentagon believed they were. General Mattis wanted us to remain in the deal before dipshit Donald withdrew the United States from the agreement. But you won't hear any of that from Donald Trump, the tangerine titan. He doesn't care about facts or truth or the ongoing safety of the world at large. He cares about his own personal status. He cares about distracting from the impending train wreck of an impeachment trial in the Senate. He cares about his next series of off-the-rails MAGA rallies. He cares about his potential re-election. Because again, the reason there is a tweet for everything is because he's the guilty goon screaming about everyone else, attaching every one of his personal insecurities and petty little demons onto everyone else around him. Which would be fine if he were only yelling them into a cell phone camera in his office atop Trump Tower. He's not, though. He's now an actual person with the awesome power and responsibilities that come along with the presidency of the United States of America. And we're in trouble. You know, weeks like this are brutal for independent media. YouTube demonetizes anything and everything, even remotely related to these topics, war and terrorism. If you found some value in the research and the facts that I just laid out, I would invite you to support my work as an independent creator right here on YouTube by clicking the join button to become a channel member. You can pick your level of support, which starts at less than $2 a month, and take part in the rewards. But I think more importantly, you can know that you are helping in a very serious way to support independent media just like this. If only 1 or 2% of my audience clicked that join button, I would be completely untethered from concern about YouTube's policies about demonetization. Anyway, I really hope you're considerate. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.